Picture a busy family dinner table. The plates are clinking, voices are overlapping, everyone's laughing. And then there's you. You open your mouth to share something. You start a sentence, and the conversation just rolls right over you, like you're made of glass. So you quietly close your mouth, swallow your words, and go back to pushing food around your plate. Do you remember that feeling? It's not the feeling of being disliked or yelled at. It's something much quieter and honestly much heavier. It's the realization that you are completely invisible in your own home. You were the child who was simply left out of the equation, the one who slowly fell through the cracks of daily life. You became the kid who got quiet, and instead of anyone stopping to notice and ask, "What's wrong?" your silence was just welcomed as a convenience. You didn't make trouble, and because you didn't make trouble, they assumed you were fine. "Oh, they're so easygoing," the adults would say. "We never have to worry about them." But that easygoing label was just a heavy costume. When you were the ignored child, you quickly learn a painful rule of survival. To be safe, you must require nothing. You become a master of disappearing. You learn to walk through the house without making a sound. You never ask for the toy you want, you don't complain when you're sick, and you keep your school achievements tucked away in your backpack because you already know no one has the emotional bandwidth to look at them anyway. Inside, a little kid is slowly drawing a devastating conclusion. If no one is looking at me, it must be because there is nothing here worth looking at. You build a massive, beautiful world inside your own head because the real world feels like a room you aren't allowed to occupy. But you don't just outgrow that feeling when you turn 18. It follows you into adulthood. It shows up when someone asks your opinion and your throat instantly tightens up. It shows up when you automatically apologize to a stranger who just bumped into you. You might find yourself in relationships where you do all the listening, all the supporting, and absolutely none of the receiving, because deep down, the ghost of that little kid is still running the show. They are whispering that if you start showing your real needs, people will walk away. You end up living like a guest in your own life, constantly waiting for permission to just exist. You spend your whole life carrying this heavy, quiet hope that someone will finally turn around and say, "I see you." It's an exhausting ache to carry all alone. But perhaps the hardest part of being the ignored child is truly believing that you are the only one sitting in the dark. You aren't. There are millions of adults walking around right now who grew up learning how to disappear. If you know exactly what this silence feels like, if listening to this felt like opening a page from your own childhood diary, share a piece of your story in the comments below. Or if you aren't quite ready for words, just leave a single dot so we know you are here. For the first time, let's sit at the table together, and this time, we are listening.